That's what happened. So this Jury and Timber thing, listen, we didn't get him because we didn't want him enough. He was a player that we inquired about, but he wasn't a priority. So if Arsenal fans want to feel better, if they do get him, because it's not done yet, because you're probably going with a bid, yeah, that doesn't get accepted. You know, like that,
20 million add-ons and all
you know,
that.
like that. 50% add-ons and that.
And we'll pay the base fee in 5 installments over 5 years.
Bro, you know, like that. I mean, that cowboy A do. So it's one of them ones where, bro, you look keep doing your thing. If you do get Timber, good on you, innit? But we didn't want the youth like that. Do you know what I mean? So relax. This is just what it is.
With Havertz in your team, you need another defender, so go for it. Go for it. Especially if you're about to put that brother in the midfield. I can't wait to see him in the Xhaka role. Well, with what physicality, what defensive awareness, what ability to take a man on, what tenacity.
Fucking hilarious. You know, like that. Man said Rants that already happened. We offered 30. See, bruv, don't take the piss. And they want 50. I didn't even know that. Nah, that's funny, man. You see what's wrong with Arsenal?
So it was 20. It was 20. You joke, man. Oh my god.
Nah, what's wrong with Arsenal, man? You see what I mean? Like, this club's not serious. You know what I mean? And Louis van Gaal told every player in that Dutch national team, if you're not playing football, yeah, you're not guaranteed to play for, man. You know, like that. So it is what it is. Timber wasn't a priority, because if he did come in, he was coming in to sit on the bench. Lissandro went straight into our team. They bid 30 million and they knew the asking price was 50. What is wrong with these, man?
Stingy ass club, bro, but I get it. They've got to run up the Havertz money first. Priorities.
Hey, bro, they're taking... Bro, what's wrong with this club?
A lot.
Bro. Nah, hey, bro, what is wrong with this club?
The man are getting rejected so much, bro. They're maybe like the 3 out of 10 at the club.
Man said that last Arsenal, at least Arsenal are bidding. That's what they want you to think. That's what they want you to think. You know the ones there. So when they get rejected, yeah, they're gonna say, "Oh, you know what? The club wanted too much money," because that's what they'll do. Edu is putting in all this effort to make it look like he's serious. So when you don't get these players, he'll say that, the market value wasn't right. Do you know what I'm saying? Or the teams tried to exploit us and all these other things, bro. If you're serious about a player, you go and you just pay the money. Chelsea are signing players in the middle of the season, blood. The middle of the season, they had that Nkunku deal wrapped up before the season was done. You don't need to. The same thing happened with Pulisic. You do not need to wait till the summer to sign players. If you're a serious club, you go to a club and say, what do you value this player at? This? All right, cool. Look at Grealish here and Man City. Man City said, yo, how much is it? 100 million? All right, then here you go, mate. That was it. There wasn't no bidding war. It wasn't first bid for Jack Grealish rejected. It wasn't that.
Let me put 60 million and we'll put like a
couple of add-ons
in there, or a sell-on fee maybe if you'd like that. Maybe we could send you a player back.
Not only that, Arsenal try to be slick, because I read that West Ham was saying, yeah, that the add-ons weren't looking achievable and that. They probably had a Champions League clause in there.
20 million if Rice goes invincible or some shit.
Some mad thing. You know them mad release clauses and that. Like, if he gets a Ballon d'Or, then an extra 5 million and that. If we win the league, an extra 10 million. If we win the Champions League, then you get 5 or 10 million. This is nonsense. Just pay the money. If they're saying they want 100 million, you give them 100 million. This is exactly what you do. Like, this is what proper clubs do, bro. Like, you just pay the money, innit? I don't want to see... So all this, at least we're bidding. No. That doesn't make no sense. At least we're bidding.
Get some transfers in, bruv. At least we're bidding don't mean shit when nobody's coming through the door. Like, what are we doing? Pre-season is in 2 weeks.
At least we're bidding. That's like man them being in the club and saying, "Oh, at least I'm buying her drinks, blood." Nah, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't seal the deal, yeah, then all you were, was the sponsor for the night. That's all you were. You were just a sponsor for the night. You know them ones, because now all you've done, is you've alerted Man City, to the fact that West Ham are willing to negotiate for man. So now, if they want him, they'll just come in and take him.
You just showed another man that the girl's single.
That's it.
Just swooped in and took your girl.
All you've done, fam. You know, like that. Like, Rants in business, you need to negotiate. Bro, I know that better than anyone, bro. However, there's ways to negotiate. Do you know what I'm saying? And also, there's certain things you cannot negotiate in. If somebody says to me, yo, Rants, the price for the loaf of bread is £1. I can't come in and say, oh, you know what, I'll give you 80p. Like, bro, that's the price of the loaf of bread, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you go and negotiate. You do not go to a team, yeah, and say to a team, how much are you willing to sell me Declan Rice for, yeah? And they say, his price is 100 million. Cool. That's not a negotiation. That's not a negotiation, bro. It's not that. It's
and
not
even then, like, if you're going to negotiate, try and negotiate from something a little bit more realistic.
Bro, negotiate somewhere closer to the asking price. How can you negotiate 20 million off, bro? You know, like that. When you go to buy a house,
5-10 million, cool. I get that. That makes more sense.
Even if you're going to buy a house, yeah, and the house is valued at say 750, yeah, and you offer 730 or 740, yeah, maybe you might offer 730 just to test the water. Do you know what I mean? You can't go in if they want 100 million for man. You can't go in and offer them like 75 million plus 10 and million also, don't plus forget, 5 million plus what?
This is their best player in years, and they're expecting other clubs to have interest in him too. And you think they're going to accept some bummy 20, 30 million off with potential add-ons if they win the quadruple or some bollocks? No.
Yeah.
No, you got to negotiate closer to it. Or if you want to even add a clause, add something realistic. Maybe like top 4 or something, or if he gets a certain amount of assists or clean sheets in the season.
Yeah.
Or something that makes sense. Not a trophy you've never touched. Like, come on.
But this is it. And a man saying, oh, you're saying overpay for players. Bro, if you want a player and you know that a player is integral to the way you want to play, yeah, and you know you're losing players, you have to close your eyes and pay the money. City closed their eyes and paid the 100 million for Jack Grealish. There wasn't a negotiation. Do you know what I'm saying? We've known for 2 years, 100% that Declan Rice, they were going to want 100 M's or thereabouts. There was no secret that that's how much he was going to go for. West Ham don't have players come through their academy that often, yeah, that get to playing for England and that. What last time they done that would have been Rio and Defoe and Cole and them, man. It's a long time ago. And Lampard. Do you know what I mean? So of course they're gonna want to cash in on this, brother. And this brother starts for England. Do you know what I mean? So with all the hype, and they've just won a European trophy, and you think you're gonna go in there with some 70 million fuckeries, bro? Like that don't even make no sense.
They just think they're a small club, and it's like, here, take 70 million. It means a lot more to you guys than it does to us.
Bro.
No, they know the value of the player, bro. And the value that the player has to them is probably more than the value that that player has to you. Yeah. You got to remember the difference of both sides. Arsenal competing at the top of the table. West Ham just stayed up. Even though they did win the Conference League, but they should have been winning the Conference League from the jump anyway. They've only just stayed up. They're looking at 2 completely different targets. Rice is probably worth way more than that to West Ham. So you can't
because think about it. He sells the most shirts at that club by loads. Probably every other shirt in that stadium's a Rice shirt. He's their captain
player by a mile.
He's their captain.
No one even comes close. Maybe Zuma. That's it.
Come on, bro. He's their captain.
And even Zuma's stocks dropped after the whole cat incident.
Exactly. So he's worth a lot to them. Do you know what I mean? So they're like, if we're going to let this brother go, our captain, the face of this club, all of this, we have to make a pretty penny. And they've looked at Grealish has gone for 100. Do you know what I mean? And they're seeing that there's rumors that Chelsea wants 60, 70 for Mount. So, of course, they're going to want over 100 for him. Do you know what I mean? Man saying you can't just fly him with 100 million bid. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to put together a package that equals near enough 100 million. I'm not saying give them 100 million up front, but you got to come in with some fucking sense, bro.
Do you know what I mean? 30 million off.
Yeah, like 30 million off.
10 at the most. 10 at the most would be like, fair enough. You're probably not going to get it, but I understand. Everything past that, it's like you're insulting them.
And the thing is, yeah, there's a difference between negotiating down and putting in a bid. Because if they said to me, yo, Rants, we want 120, I'll negotiate it down with them. But if I notice that they're not buying the negotiations, what's the point of me putting in an official bid and embarrassing myself? What is the point? Because you think that these men don't talk here before faxes go through? Do you think that they're negotiating via email, bro? Like these men are on the phone. They call my man. If they call up the owner, they say to the owner, yo, we want Declan, how much? Man says 120 mil. We're like, 100 mil. They're like, nah, 120 mil. All right, cool. Then I put in a bid of 70. Bro, what? Bruv, I'll put down the phone on you, bruv. You can't call me again. I'll block your number. Because you're not.
It goes back to what you said earlier, where it's like they just want to make it look like they've actually done something. So we put in a bid. We're trying to get it to work. You guys need to just calm down, relax, stop pressing us for transfers. They will come when they accept the bids that we're offering. But right now, that's just a little bit off. They want to act like they're doing something.